Hello and welcome to this session on export promotion authorities in India. Today we are going to discuss different authorities established under Ministry of Commerce and Industry for export promotion of primarily food and agri products. If we try to understand that India is an agri based economy, but if we see the export of food and agri products from India, it is 330 billion rupees and it constitute only 1.3% of the global food and agri trade. So, we are lagging much behind in terms of food and agri trade, and if we see the production is a huge amount, but processing aspect and export aspects are missing. So, keeping all these things view in mind, the government of India has established several export promotion authorities which play an important role in promoting the export of these food and agri items from India. So, we will discuss these authorities one by one, and primarily we are going to discuss about the APEDA, AMPEDA and CAPECHI, which is the Cashew Export Promotion Council of India. So, let us start discussing one by one these organizations. First of all, we will discuss about the Agricultural and Processed Food Product Export Development Authority, which means APEDA, and this organization is popularly known by its short name APEDA only, and it was established under the Agricultural and Processed Food Export Products Export Development Authority Act. The act was passed by the Parliament in 1985 and this authority came into effect from 13 February 1986. APEDA objectives are primarily to maximize the foreign exchange earning through increased agro products. So, focus is on export of agro products to provide better income to the farmers through high value realization. It means the processing aspect is given more importance, means value addition is one of the focus of this organization, to create employment opportunity in rural areas by encouraging value added export of farm produce, because if the farm produced are sold or exported as such, the value realization is less. That is why the focus is on value addition, means processed item to be prepared and exported under the mandate of this organization. If we see the organization setup of this APEDA, APEDA works under the administrative control of Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The headquarter is based at New Delhi and the organization is chaired by the chairman, which is appointed by the central government. The second position is secretary, which is also appointed by the central government, and there are 5 regional offices of APEDA at Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kolkata and Guwahati. There are 13 virtual offices also in different locations which have been established for export promotions in collaboration with the state governments. So, state government places or offices have been made the virtual offices of the APEDA. And if we see the scheduled products which are covered under the act of APEDA, these are fruits, vegetables and their products, meat and meat products, poultry and poultry products, dairy products, confectionery, biscuit and bakery products, honey, jaggery and sugar products, cocoa and its products, chocolates of all kinds, alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, cereals and cereal products, groundnuts, peanuts and walnuts, pickles, papads and chutney, guar gum, floriculture and floriculture products, herbal and medicinal products. And if we see the whole product range of the APEDA Act, it means that it has covered almost all the food and agri products, processed agri products, except few items which have been excluded from the APEDA product schedule, and just like marine products, and marine products there is a reason for excluding because there is a separate development authority for marine products. Similarly, tea, coffee, rubber, all these products have been excluded from the scope of APEDA because separate organization or the development boards are there for these products. And if we see the functions of APEDA, the major functions of APEDA is development of industries, relating to the scheduled products, the products which we discussed in the previous 2 slides for export by way of providing financial assistance or otherwise. So, the development could be in the form of financial assistance or other promotional activities. Registration of exporters of the scheduled products. So, registration also is carried out by the APEDA under this act. Fixing of standards and specification for the scheduled products for the purpose of export. So, APEDA under this act notify the standards and specification which are required to be complied for export of scheduled products, carry out the inspection of meat and meat products in slaughterhouses, processing plants, storage premises, conveyances or other places for the purposes of ensuring the quality of such products. So, whole chain approach means all the places where these products are handled, the inspection is carried out to ensure that the products are meeting the requirements of the importing country. Improving of packaging, improving of marketing outside the India. So, marketing aspect is also taken care by the APEDA for the scheduled product. Promotion of export oriented production and the development program. So, export focused production and development activities are carried out by APEDA. Collection of statistics from the owner of factories or establishment engaged in the production, processing, packaging, marketing or export. So, entire database is also maintained, statistical data is maintained to understand the trend of export of these scheduled items is also maintained by the APEDA, and these are published in form of different and even on web based system is also available on their website. APEDA also organized training in various aspects of the industry. So, primarily for the products which are notified under this APEDA Act. If you see the development program is the programs run by the APEDA for the export promotions. These are primarily development of database on products, markets and services. So, export statistics means what was the export of particular product in last years and what is the growth, what are the key markets and what is happening. So, a scenario, a typical analysis of data is done by the APEDA. Publicity and information dissemination. Lot of publicity activities are carried out to promote the export of particular commodities. Invites official and business delegation from abroad. So, on behalf of Government of India, the APEDA invites different delegation from abroad and explain the export potential of the particular commodities, and any specific requirement of the importing countries are also understood through these delegations. Organization of product promotions abroad and visit of trade delegation abroad. So, various trade fairs and various melas are organized internationally and nationally, and the APEDA participate in these trade fair to give exposure of the products which are having the export potentials, to give a publicity for to these products in the international arena. Organization of buyer seller meets. So, prime objective of organizing such buyers and seller meet is to understand the importing countries requirements. So, with these buyer seller meets, both the parties are able to understand, means export Indian party is able to understand what are the requirement of the buyer, and so that they are in a better position to comply those requirements. Distribution of annual APEDA awards. So, through these annual APEDA awards, the APEDA encourage the key exporters who have done brilliantly in terms of export of scheduled products, provides recommendatory, advisory and other support services to the trade and industry, import export procedures, problems with the importers through Indian missions abroad. So, problems faced by the Indian exporters are also taken care by the APEDA, and the APEDA try to discuss with the concerned the mission available in concerned country, and means trade resolutions or trade problem solving mechanism is also available with the APEDA. Registration of establishment is also carried out. APEDA also recognize the HACCP implementation and certification agencies. As a part of the development activities, APEDA also runs some financial assistance program under the plan scheme. So, plan funds are provided by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India to APEDA, and through those funds APEDA runs various financial assistance schemes to the exporters. Such schemes are scheme for market development, scheme for infrastructure development, scheme for quality improvements, scheme for research and development, transport assistance of horticulture, processed food products by sea and air. So, under these schemes there are various subsections or options under which the financial assistance is provided in terms of money, and there could be different range for financial assistance, and there are several operating guidelines for these schemes, means what are the ways to get benefited from these financial assistance schemes. If we talk about the infrastructure development schemes, under this scheme APEDA provides 90% assistance of the eligible project cost to the state government agency. So, the important thing is to understand that under this scheme the assistance is provided to the state government agencies. Under this infrastructure development scheme, setting up of the cold chain infrastructure, which could include the pre-cooling, cold storage, high humidity cold storage, controlled atmosphere stores, and materials handling plant and machinery. It could be sorting, grading, washing, packaging. So, different type of infrastructure facilities are provided assistance, means, and under this scheme the APEDA has sanctioned more than 100 projects so far. If we talk about the quality improvement schemes, under this quality improvement scheme APEDA provides assistance ranging from 50 to 100% of the eligible project cost for, and this scheme the eligible items could be quality testing equipments, installing quality management or assurance system like ISO, HACCP, BRC, GAP, upgradation of recognized lab, adoption of global standards for traceability, registration for electronic product code. So, these are the various items which are covered under the quality improvement scheme. If we see the data management, we already discussed that the APEDA maintain a huge database of the export in terms of the commodities or scheduled products under the APEDA Act, and this is the web link which is available on the APEDA website. The potential exporters or the person who is willing to export, they can go on this website and they can see the trade data, means they can analyze themselves what is the trend going on, which product export is going up, which product export is going down, which are the potential market for my product. So, all these analysis the person can do themselves by visiting this web link on the APEDA website. Some product specific web based system have been developed on APEDA website, and such systems one of such system is TraceNet. TraceNet is an internet based electronic service which is offered by APEDA to the stakeholders. This TraceNet is there for facilitating process certification for export of organic products from India which comply with the National Program for Organic Production or NOP standard. So, this NPOP is one of the flagship program of APEDA, under which the APEDA certify the organic products from India. So, for organic product certification, the APEDA is the official body who carry out the certification under the NPOP program. TraceNet collects, stores and reports forward and backward traces and quality assurance data entered by the operators, producer groups and certification bodies within the organic supply chain in India. So, TraceNet is nothing but just a complete database. What is happening in terms of the organic products export is recorded through this TraceNet. So, there is a very transparent system of operating the export of organic products under the TraceNet. Similarly, there is a HortiNet under which different commodity similar like TraceNet database is there, internet based system is there, and primarily the crops covered are grapes, pomegranate, mango and vegetables. if we discuss about the GrapeNet, GrapeNet is an internet based electronic service offered by APEDA to the stakeholders, and obviously it is for grapes only, and it is there for facilitating testing and certification of grapes for export from India to the European Union in compliance to the standards identified by the National Research Center Pune on the basis of consultation with the exporter. So, complete system mechanism is there in place to facilitate the testing and certification for export of grapes through GrapeNet. Similarly, for pomegranate, ANARNet is there. ANARNet is again a internet based electronic service for pomegranate export, and testing and certification services are provided to ensure the compliance to the European Union requirement. Another web or internet based system is there for PNET, PNET.net, which is there for facilitating the testing and certification of PNET for export from India. Here the standards are identified by the Indian Institute of Integrative Medicine, IIIM, Jammu, on the basis of consultation with the exporter. So, different internet based services are provided for the specific commodity by APEDA to facilitate the exporters. This was all about the organization APEDA, which is involved in the export promotion of food and agri items. Now, we will discuss about the another organization or another export promotion authority, which is known as APEDA, the Marine Products Export Development Authority of India. As we all know that the marine sector is one of India's major sector which contribute a lot to our export basket. So, in India, India is the leading exporter of the fish products to primarily our market is Europe and USA. If we try to understand some historical background, the Marine Product Export Promotion Council was there. Before the APEDA, there was Export Promotion Council. It was established by Government of India in September 1961. And the port of Cochin is the main port which is handling 60% of the seafood export, and the headquarter of this council was in Cochin. It was very obvious because the Cochin is handling more than 60%. So, Cochin was the headquarter of this council. In between what happened, Indian Institute of Foreign Trade carried out a survey on India's export potential of marine product, and it was felt that we are not able to harvest the complete export potential of our export, because initially before 60s our export was focused on only on dry fish and dry shrimps only. But later on, if you see the current market is primarily focused on the frozen items, frozen fish and frozen shrimps is the major export. So, IFT survey under the aegis of Ministry of Foreign Trade and USAID was carried out, and based on the finding of this IFT survey, it was felt that there is need to have a very strong organization which can take forward this fish export. I mean to say that marine products from India from very meager amount to a very high level, because by that time we had understood that our export potential is very high for marine products. We are not able to harvest that. So, keeping this view in mind, Government of India established the Marine Product Export Development Authority on 20th April 1972 by an Act of Parliament. So, this body has been established under an Act of Parliament, and the objective of APEDA is very clear: the conservation and management of fishery resources and development of offshore fishing. So, sustainability part is also fall under the objective of APEDA itself. Registration of exporters and processing plants, acting as an agency for extension of relief as per directions from the government, helping the industry in relation to market intelligence, export promotion and import of essential items, imparting training in different aspects. So, capacity building is also one of the objective, promotion of commercial shrimp farming, promotion of joint ventures in aquaculture, production, processing and marketing of value added seafood. If you see the organization setup, the headquarter of APEDA is in Kochi only, and there are regional offices of APEDA in Veeraval, Mumbai, Kochi, Chennai, Visakhapatnam and Kolkata, and there are 6 sub-regional offices at Goa, Mangalore, Kollam, Tuticorin, Bhubaneswar and Guwahati. These offices work as a field office for export promotion of the marine products. And for shrimp also, there are 6 regional centers in Kochi, Panvel, Valsad, Thanjavur, Vijayawada and Bhubaneswar, and 4 sub-regional centers. They extend assistance for the production of shrimp to sustain and increase exports. So, these regional centers and sub-regional centers are focused on the shrimps activities. There are some laboratories also in under the APEDA. One is in headquarter and another in the Bhimavaram and Nellore and Bhubaneswar. So, primarily 3-4 laboratories are there under the APEDA, and APEDA for the export promotion in the internationally, they have the 2 overseas offices at Tokyo and New York. If we try to understand the roles and function of the APEDA is involved in registration of the infrastructure facility for seafood export trade, collection and dissemination of trade information, promotion of Indian marine products in overseas market, implementation of schemes by extending assistance for infrastructure development for better preservation and modernized processing following quality regimes. So, financial assistance is also provided for infrastructure development and quality aspects. Promotion of aquaculture for augmenting export production through hatchery development, new farm development, diversification of species and upgradation of technology. So, under the functions of APEDA, the whole chain food approach is also covered, means from primary production to the final export aspect, whole chain is covered, and secondly traceability aspect which is the requirement of the importing country is also taken care. At the same time, the sustainability objective is also built in within the functions of the APEDA. Promotion of the deep sea fishing projects through test fishing, joint ventures and upgradation and installation of equipments to increase the efficiency of fishing. Market promotional activities and publicity is also carried out by APEDA. To carry out the inspection of marine products is raw material, fixing standards and specification, training, regulating, as well as to take all the necessary steps. Impart training to all the stakeholders, fishermen, fish processing worker, aquaculture farmers and other stakeholders. So, training and capacity building is also one of the major activity which is carried out by the APEDA. As we discussed that other than these activities for promotion of the export of marine product, the APEDA also provide the financial assistance to the marine industry under the plan scheme, and obviously the plan funds comes from the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and this financial assistance is primarily granted under the 4 major heads: export promotion, one is for capture fisheries, another is for the culture fisheries, induction of new technology and modernization of processing facilities, or processing aspect also is taken care. So, for the value addition of the marine products, the financial assistance is granted. For market promotion activity also financial assistance is granted by the APEDA. There are certain societies have been established for the specific task under the APEDA, and there are 3 societies which have been established under the APEDA, and if we discuss them one by one is Rajiv Gandhi Center for Aquaculture, RGCA. If we say that this is the research and development arm of APEDA, and it is dedicated to augment the Indian seafood export through sustainable culture technology. It functions as a society with a no profit no loss motto, and this society has made a breakthrough not only in the cultural technology of shrimp, but also in the diversified species such as sea bass, groupers, mud crab, etc. So, most of the research and development activities are undertaken for the marine products by this Rajiv Gandhi Center for Aquaculture, which is under APEDA. Similarly, there is another society, NetFish, Network for Fish Quality Management and Sustainable Fishing, because this marine resources are limited. So, we have to ensure their sustainability also, that the resources do not get extinct. So, this was NetFish is a society was formed in 2006 and registered under the Travancore Cochin Literary, Scientific and Charitable Society Registration Act 1955. NetFish stand for improving the quality of fishery products exported from the country and the sustainability of fishery resources as well. The major objective is to empower the fishery sector on fish quality management, conservation of fish resources and sustainable fishing. Another society is National Center for Sustainable Aquaculture, NACSA, and this is an outreach organization of APEDA, and with the objective to provide technical support to the primary aquaculture societies and build capacity. So, their main role is outreach activities, and again it is a society registered under the Society Registration Act of Andhra Pradesh, having the headquarter at Kakinada. Catch certification is also one of major activity of APEDA, and the objective is illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing to stop those activity, and this mandate has been given to the APEDA by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry under EU regulation 1005/2008. Catch certification is to facilitate the all fishery products traded with the EU countries. So, this facility is primarily for the export to the EU country. Catch certification started in 1st January 2010 until 2014, 38,000 catch certificate have been issued, validated. RCMC registration cum member certificate is also one of the activity of APEDA, and the members are required to register under this foreign trade policy to get benefit under this scheme. And this RCMC certification is valid for 5 years, and exporter has to apply to APEDA through a system based approach. APEDA has also started a promotion marine products quality marking scheme 2010, and there is one APEDA logo is given. This scheme came into force from 1st May 2010. This was all about the APEDA for the promotion of marine products, and another organization which is there for the Cashew Export Promotion Council of India. This is there for the promotion of cashew export from India. The Cashew Export Promotion Council of India was established in 1955 with the active cooperation of the cashew industry, and the objective was promoting the export of cashew kernels and cashew nut shell liquid from India. Primarily the role of CEPC is to provide necessary licensing to bring together foreign importers. So, broadly this organization help in understanding the requirement of the exporters in terms of the importing country, means what are their requirements, and extend their help in settling complaints amicably. Undertakes the publicity abroad for the projecting the product image with the focus attention on high quality and superiority of Indian cashew, and also participate in various international trade fairs, exhibition and journal fair. So, in this session we have seen that there are 3 organizations, primarily APEDA, APEDA and CEPC. APEDA is primarily there for food and agri product export promotion, while the APEDA is primarily involved with the marine product sector in India, and Cashew is the Cashew Export Promotion Council for the cashew nut. So, these promotional authorities are doing wonderful job in terms of export promotion of these commodities which are mandated to these organizations, and are always there to promote the export of these commodities from India. For any further detail of these schemes or their roles, we can visit their website. So, this is all for this sessions. Thank you very much.